Hi, welcome to another episode of This Week with Drew. On today's episode, we're just going to free ball it and it's going to be super funny and you guys are going to love it. And then when the intro happens,
we're gonna do a little freestyle. Coming back, moving back on my roller man file. I got a motherfucking head style. I got 2 forks and a motherfucking knife now. And I'ma slice my beef.
hi, welcome to the show. This is another episode of This Week with Drew. Shout out to the motherfucking Break Even Boys. All my everybody on Patreon, my Break Even Boys holding it down. Joel, fucking Greg, John, motherfucking Mike, Marnus, fucking Bryce, the Break Even Boys, man. Shout out PG and Com. What's going on? 118, Lil Com Jr. And everybody in the motherfucking hood. Shout out to everybody, each and every soul who's residing in the north side of wherever you are, whether the north side is within you or you are within the north side, man. Shout out to you. And hi, welcome to the show. This is the show that I do from my place where I have my stuff. And I sometimes wear a hood over my hat, or sometimes I don't. And and let's start the thing. I hope you guys are having a good fucking time. Thank you everybody for Taryn and everybody and John for commenting and saying what's up and sharing the podcast, man. Shout out to you guys if you're a new person who's listening to the podcast, man. Thank you guys so much. We're gonna start off with how was my week? I forgot you fucking going to Drake. Okay, so it's Monday, and I hope you guys had a motherfucking good weekend. I did comedy on. I had Friday. What the fuck, man? I don't even remember what the fuck I did this weekend. I think I had. Actually, I remember. I fucking on Saturday. I had to drive to Turkey Point, Ontario for a gig. Buddy, fucking Turkey Point, Ontario. If you didn't think that was a place, well, that's a place. And they had a nice, apparently it's like a summer community where they have like beach. It's like a beach area along the fucking one of the lakes or whatever. But it's like a winter thing and they're doing for the locals and it's like the sandbar. And it was like awesome, man. They set it up right. There was like lights. Everybody was right there. And I was emceeing the show and I just went up and just fucking ripped it up and just being on the road again, man. It just feels nice. Like I just been on the road for since I was like 20, man. I like know how to, that's like in my comfort zone now. Like I used to be very uncomfortable rolling into these fucking precarious situations where they're like comedy isn't like normally done or it's not really conducive to a place like, like a restaurant or whatever in a small town or whatever. And I don't know, you just do so many of those fucking gigs that you just get like, so you build these tools and this skill set and this ability to like kind of just like get dropped in almost like, and you feel like a Navy SEAL, man. Like you're like this fucking hitman, like coming in to like perform like a highly skilled operation, because it truly takes like a certain amount of like, there's a lot of good comedians, but it's hard to be a good road comic too, and that's a skill that you have to develop, man. I feel like that's like that's like a skill that not a lot of fucking comics coming up are really like thinking about, is like you got to also be able to be like a utility comic and be able to fucking do these sorts of rooms where you're not comfortable and where there's like not a bunch of like-minded individuals and you still have to convince them of your viewpoint and win them over and do that the proper way. And it only comes through 10,000 hours, man, just getting your fucking reps in. So that's why I say to all the young comics, man, first time I met Charles Haycock, who's an awesome like joke writer, comic, man. He's just awesome and he's got such a unique delivery. But I was like, yo, I'm taking you on the fucking road right now, bro, because you need to see what it's like on the road. And he'll talk about it, man. I got some lost Charles Haycock interview from last year in Halifax. I fucking don't know where it is, but I could probably find it. But yeah, man, I was like, yo, I'm taking this. The first time I saw him, I'm like, yo, I gotta take this kid on the road, man, because he needs to fucking get that skill going too, because that's what it takes to be a good fucking comic, is the like utility fucking guy. Like you just get dropped in, improvise, adapt, and overcome like a fucking Navy SEAL, take out Bin Laden, and then you're fucking gone. On a delivery, the joke delivery assassin, man, because that's really what the job is, man. I'll do the show. I like doing comedy. It's why I've been doing it for so long. Like I love it. Why not just, I'll drive. It's the drive that you really pay me for, man. And also the fact that you're charging money, you know. So you're making money, so why don't I get a little fucking bit of this scratch, man? But I just enjoy doing the fucking show, man. But when it's worth something, I'm gonna fucking get what I'm motherfucking worth. So anyways, that was good. And I just drove out there by myself, just listening to fucking, I read this book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, a while back, but now I'm listening to it on audiobook again. And it's good. There's some things you gotta take with a grain of salt, everything that you read, even though it's the anti-self-help book. It's like just this book about like how you just gotta be like self-aware and in touch with your values and just be more like, you know, like conscious of what problems that you're letting into your life, and everybody's gonna have problems, so you might as well choose, like, you know, make sure you have good problems and fucking choose the right problems and don't get fucking pissed about the bad problems. And it's like a good ass way to do things, you know. I think I like it, man. So it's like it's a good thing, but also like there's some shit you got to take with a grain of salt, man. Where you're just like, yo, I used to be a player, and I used to fucking blah blah blah, but now I like I'm not. It's like this sort of like this like. He's trying to be all virtuous in the fact that he doesn't fucking go out looking for Saturday Night Strange. But it's a good book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. I highly recommend that you read that and give yourself a good perspective on, you know, just fucking one of the tenets of the thing that he talks about is keeping, it's like, honestly, a lot of the book, I've read quite a bit of like books by the Dalai Lama and like books on Buddhism and shit. And like I studied it a little bit. I had an Eastern religion class in university where we talked about like Buddhism in depth, and fucking, I don't know, man. Like the true, when you really look into it, like people would be like, "Oh, I'm Buddhist, like I'm peaceful," but the true, like, actual thing of Buddhism is like just not giving a fuck about anything, including giving a fuck. That's the ultimate. Like that's what they talk about when they talk about nirvana, is like where you no longer giving a fuck about not giving a fuck. You just, and it's like, and you have to, and then the thing, but it's just like true, like Buddhism is like, you don't, like, if you really want to get there, like you have to like not give a fuck about being hungry, not give a fuck about being happy, or not give a fuck about being sad, or not give a fuck about having a relationship with anybody, or, you know, or not give a fuck about taking a shit, and just like you erase yourself from like existence almost, and you just fucking just kind of just blend in and just like transcend. I don't know, some Buddhists would probably are like, that's not what the fuck our shit is about. Probably, I don't know, fuck. That's as far as I know, though. No, it's true, though, man. I've done a little bit of reading, like, by Buddhist dudes, you know, and it's like just the art of scrubbing away yourself from yourself. And that's kind of what this also, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, is about. It's just like, man, you like, gotta keep your own mortality in focus. And, like, there's always a finish point, you know? So, like, you kind of got to have that, like, it's like, I don't know, it's weird to say, but like that end of the life mentality through like your whole life. Like, you know, there's no like 75-year-old guy like laying on his deathbed who's like, oh fuck, I wish I would like worked more, or like, you know, they're always thinking like, I wish I would have spent more time with blah, I wish I would have gone traveling more, which is like also like it's also not like a corruption of like YOLO, because that's an excuse for fucking being an asshole too, and just be like, YOLO, whatever, man, fucking YOLO. Or like, you know, just being stupid as fuck. Like, you have to keep into perspective like your values and what you value. Like, are you a good person? Are you a good friend? Like, what do you value yourself as, in like the metric that you're measuring yourself against, rather than like, oh, I'm a good person, or like because I make X amount of money, or like I can feel happy because I like achieved X, Y, and Z. It's more like, are you like a good friend? Like, are you a fucking nice person? Are you fucking respectful? You know, like, what do you value? You know, rather than like setting all these like goals, because eventually, even if you do accomplish your goals, like the singular driving force of your existence is now kind of over. You like, if you had this goal of like, okay, my goal is to, like, I'm gonna get a job here, I'm gonna climb this fucking ladder, I'm gonna be the fucking president of this thing, I'm gonna buy this house that's this large and have fucking this many kids and this, and then when you, even if you do that, then you're fucking 47, and that's why dudes start having midlife crises, man, because they realize they're like, fuck, well, now I've worked for everything that I ever wanted and I have it all, and it's like, why do I still feel like I don't feel like the fulfillment that I was promised? And then they start freaking out, and then it's like, well, I'm gonna buy a Porsche or fucking bang my secretary or whatever the fuck, you know? Like, they don't know what the fuck, because their metrics were completely wrong. They're valuing their lives you know, as rather than as am I a good dad, am I a good husband? They're like, oh, am I fucking making X amount of money a year and fucking you know what I mean? Like it's like a fucking, you got to change the metrics. Sorry, I'm kind of fucking low energy today. Hey, fuck. I'm going to have to turn up the volume on the compressor on this one. That's all right, buddy. It's a fucking twice a week podcast, man. You know, some episodes are, you know, going to be a little bit, I don't give a fuck. That's the beautiful part about this thing is like, you know, one of the chapters is called Don't Try. And I'm fully on board with that. That is absolutely like, you know, just keep the ship steering in the same fucking direction and just keep doing you, man. And just like YOLO. Oh man, that's ironic. Okay, cool. Let's do fucking did you guys, oh my god, can you fucking hear it? Can you, oh jeez, can you? Time for Big News with Drew. Today's big news. What the fuck is going on? Oh, Dunkin' Donuts in America is just popping off, man. America burning. And Dunkin' Donuts is fucking Nero playing his violin in the back. Dunkin' Donuts' latest release is quite simply a bag of bacon. Oh, wow. Well, this is great. This is a story from CNN. While other fast food chains are rushing to launch meatless and plant-based options, Dunkin' went the opposite direction. And starting Wednesday, snack and bacon was available at Dunkin' restaurants nationwide, buddy. This is crazy, man. 8 half strips of bacon wrapped up in a sleeve, buddy. And they're like, it's not just any ordinary bacon. It's fucking high-end bacon that's been smoked with natural cherry wood. And then it's treated to a sweet and savory blend of brown sugar. So now they're putting sugar on the bacon. Oh my God, man. That's fucking crazy. And Dunkin' also has a Beyond Meat breakfast sandwich. And then the fucking... But I guess they must said someone in the company was like, I don't fucking stand for this shit. That's crazy. Okay, well, anyways, that's a fucking story. What do you guys think? Would you eat that? Oh yeah, I gotta fucking pull up. I should know what I'm doing here. So we got Taryn. Where is it? What do you think, man? Would you eat a fucking sugar-covered bacon from Dunkin' Donuts? 8 half. I like how they said 8 half slices. It's like, why don't you just fucking tell me it's 4, buddy? But Americans are too stupid. If you're ordering just straight up bacon off Dunkin' Donuts, you're like, that's fucking 8. You're getting 8 half slices of bacon. That's a fuck ton of bacon. That's 8 half slices. I don't know. Would you eat it? What do you think? Let me know on your, you know how to get a hold of me if you watch this fucking podcast or listen to it. You probably can figure out how to get a hold of me. Okay, well, there you go. Monday, March. Holy fuck, we're into March 2nd, eh? March 2nd. Okay, well, time fucking go. Oh, it's my half birthday, buddy. I'm fucking 30 and a half, and I don't know what to do, and I want some sugar-covered bacon for my tummy. Sugar-covered bacon for my tummy. Put some sugar